Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
I love jokes, but humility is in the order on this day, Warren Davidson. Be a politician, not a clown comedian. Understand the severity to the harmed investors and demand crypto level playing field. A call for a public audit of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance ought to do it. Or would that damage special interest? This is in light of Warren Davidson making light, I believe, of a tweet he put out yesterday, which was really a Ripple scam tweet for which he, I guess, assumed was actually from Ripple, and then basically made an accusation that Ripple was centralized, controlling 5 billion XRP. We all know the story that is inaccurate. But then today, after probably getting a lot of backlash from that, instead of showing humility, he decides to crack a joke. You're killing me, Smalls. I still love you, though. Well, some of you. Well, you know what? You're a public official, Warren Davidson. Let's stop with the jokes and realize that there are really hundreds of thousands of XRP holders that have been harmed, but 65,000 that are represented in the class action lawsuit. You know, it is really in bad taste of you to really show arrogance and comedy in a moment like this when so many have been harmed. I wonder how many in your district have been harmed that find this to not be as funny as I don't. Take a look right here. And you know what? I hold out hope that he will make a post or some kind of public comment that tells us, hey, I made a mistake, and just own it and let's move forward. And again, show us your true intent that you want to see a level playing field for all of us, and step forward and ask for an investigation. Take a look at this right here. You know, it's really on when you see the largest banks in the world getting into digital, which we've been tracking for quite a few years now. But this is a video from Digital Asset Investors showing us the reflection between the XRP site and a Goldman Sachs site.
Goldman Sachs, Ripple. Goldman Sachs, Ripple.
You tell me. I mean, I think that's pretty clear right there. Shout out to DAI and JV for that one. That's a goodie. Now let's get to the update that we got right now with Ripple and the latest here. A lot of back and forth, so I'm really trying to make sure we cover this in detail to get everybody as up to date with the little teeny back and forth that we see happening here, because at any time we should be getting a ruling on the Estabrook notes, and we should also be getting a ruling at any time on the 63 emails drafts from William Hemmon's speech. So here what we see is Ripple says that the continuance would reward the SEC for its gamemanship and further prejudice defendants. The SEC's decision to wait until after the very last deposition scheduled in the case to file Dr. Albert Metz's new reply report necessitates sanctions against the SEC. First of all, thank you to Jim for putting this stuff out. I mean, we're so grateful for him and all the legal analysts that help us stay abreast to all the situation going on with the case. We would be lost without him and so many others. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is Dr. Albert Metz is a professional expert for testifying and specialize in testifying for people like Department of Justice and the SEC. You know, I have suggested that we should see a FOIA request between the two and see if we can get some information there as well. We'll keep you attuned to what goes on. This is one legal analyst, Bill, right here, who says that he's not so sure how this goes with the motion to oppose Dr. Albert Metz's late report and expert testimony here. He goes on to cite that Ripple lawyers conceded on page 3 that the new report of Dr. Metz is important. They said that, and its subject matter is important and was one of the 3 matters Judge Torres specifically referred to in allowing the fair notice defense, noting that Ripple states that XRP price bears no relation to Ripple's activities. He goes on to talk about it, but at the end of this basically says, hopefully the court will see the delay as one too many and less excusable as discovery has closed and it interferes with the summary judgment phase of the matter. And it is quite an insolent delay by the SEC. He read the statement by Ripple lawyers in the reply. The SEC has already asked the court for numerous extensions in this case, but defendants have vigorously opposed and impededly stating, which you have granted almost every time, but you should not grant this time. He says, I'm hopeful Ripple wins this motion, but ready to be disappointed. I understand his point of view here because, you know, the judge has been very lenient, it appears, you know, in allowing things. And I'm no lawyer. I'm 12 years short of a law degree, but I'll say this much. It would appear that the judge is operating in a manner that doesn't want to see this case have an opportunity to be appealed. So that may work out good for everyone in the end. Now let's change gears here and talk about this, a global currency reset. I want to take you through some information here that really, I believe, points to an inevitable moment that we are headed towards. I really do believe this, and I've believed it for quite a few years, so I'm not trying to say it's happening next Tuesday. But I am saying it's inevitable, and it is imminent. It will happen. I believe that it has to happen because it's happened previously in history. We're talking about a global reset because of now it's way more than $200 trillion in debt. With inevitable economic collapse and stock market crash, what we're saying is basically gold currency resets, or basically global currency reset, refers to a process where the US dollar will eventually lose its place as the global currency. We know inflation is out of control right now, as I just told you in the opener of this video, which is why I'm hedging with gold with glint. Instead, gold or some other instrument will be used as a new standard. In 1944, the Allied countries came together to establish a new global monetary system, and that's why I remind you, and I've covered this very quickly, it is, in fact, Kristalina Georgieva from the IMF saying exactly that.
I paid a visit to Bretton Woods in New Hampshire, where 44 men signed our Articles of Agreement in 1944. Our founders faced 2 massive tasks: to deal with the immediate devastation caused by the war and to lay the foundation for a more peaceful, more prosperous post-war world. At the conclusion of the conference, John Maynard Keynes captured the significance of international cooperation as hope for the world. If we can continue, the brotherhood of men will have become more than a phrase, he said. As we look forward to welcoming Andorra as our 119th member, the work of the IMF is testament to the values of cooperation and solidarity on which a sisterhood and brotherhood of humanity is built. Today, we face a new Bretton Woods moment.
There you have it. That is the managing director of the IMF calling for a new Bretton Woods moment, which is exactly where the US dollar became the global reserve currency. They're calling for a new reserve currency. Now, I'm not suggesting that XRP be a one world currency, but I'm absolutely suggesting that it should be able to fill the role as a one world bridge currency, right? So this, I believe it can do because it doesn't challenge the government fiat dollars around the world. Now, I've been saying this for quite some time. Check it out. This is Swell 2019. I asked the former IMF director the exact same thing.
Question about globalization. If you could talk about the idea of the old concept of the anchor coin and a neutral asset being in place of a global reserve status of the dollar, and then possibly that being XRP. What you're asking for is whether there's a possibility of a global currency, and to some extent that's what Libra was trying to do. And as
Truthfully, what I was actually asking, and I should have framed it better, was I'm actually asking of a global bridge currency, not a global world currency.
Standard that's different from what XRP is trying to do, and the reason is as follows. As soon as you go to maintaining the value, right, some kind of stable coin, a whole set of regulatory concerns get triggered. I have to make sure that there is corresponding financial or real assets backing this notional value that they seek to maintain.
So real assets backing this asset to maintain this value. Real assets. Remember that he said that. Because it doesn't stop there. This is Barry Eichengreen, who was also, right before this webinar, with the IMF, and Geeta Gopinath and everybody else.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.